Hey guys, how you doing? My name's Keita. I am basically just doing reviews on projects that I really like within the crypto ecosystem, and today's review is on Lendingblock. So to keep you entertained, if I am not informative enough for you, is a little line video down here on the left. So Lendingblock, overview, demo, and opportunity. Who am I? I am not a financial advisor. I am just some random dude on the internet who has no idea what he's talking about. I'm basically just presenting my own research, and it's up to you guys to do and check your facts. Cool, so summary. Lendingblock is an open marketplace where lenders and borrowers are matched in a simple, clear, and transparent way. It's real time. You see it all there. I'll show you in the demo in a little bit. First cross-chain lending platform for multiple cryptocurrencies, available to both individuals and institutions, although institutions do have more of a focus. And secure and simple. Their whole system runs off smart contracts, for example, initial payment, collateral, interest payments, default processing, and repayments. So yeah, I mean, overview of all that. It's pretty cool. Like, they are actually targeting a bit of a niche in the market. There is no tool for shorting or lending certain crypto assets. So that's kind of a hindrance for institutions coming in. So that's really good to see that they've kind of got a bit of a niche compared to their competitors who are more targeting person-to-person loans like Salt and ETHLend. Yeah, okay, cool. So example of clients are on the institutional field, asset managers, hedge funds, and family offices. And then individually, it's kind of people who want to earn interest off lending their long-term holding assets without sacrificing their ownership, essentially. Borrowers, it's essentially the same, although there is market makers. So they are the people or firms who will provide liquidity on exchanges as soon as a new coin gets listed. So if we come down here, the utility, the Lend token plays a critical part in their ecosystem, functioning as the sole medium for payment of interest by borrowers to lenders, and as the sole medium for payment of Lendingblock platform fees. So given the use case of their token, you can already see that the demand for it will increase as their platform gets adopted. So that's really good to see that it actually has a core utility value with their whole idea. I mean, that there's like a lot of projects out there that will have a token, but they'll just use it to raise money, and then it will just have some like little bonus on top of their idea. But yeah, these guys are actually implementing it as a core feature. So team, check out their LinkedIn account or go through their website. Essentially, what I judge as an all-star team is someone or multiple people who have over a year and a half experience at a publicly traded firm or a hugely successful firm, because that way they actually are in that environment and they know what it takes to succeed. So Steve Swain, the CEO and co-founder, he has experience at Deloitte for 4 years, PricewaterhouseCoopers, who are massive. I think they're the third largest accounting firm in the world. UBS, 3 years. Credit Risk Technology, Quarry Group, Lehman Brothers, 5 years, head of risk technology. Linda Wang, I would say, is the least all-star person, although she does have 2 years at Deloitte as well. The reason I say that she's probably the least all-star is because she is a bit younger and she's tried to start another venture, which kind of failed. It was like a robo mortgage advice idea called Lender, and it kind of failed, but that's kind of natural as people kind of experiment and go after different initiatives. You kind of grow from failures. So I think that's actually not too bad, especially because she has worked for Deloitte, she is a computer scientist, and she is also working as a cohort member for Entrepreneur First. So essentially they are helping startups grow and get funding. So that's pretty cool to see. That is Charles Beach, the CEO at Lendingblock. He worked for PricewaterhouseCoopers for 11 years as the capital management and UBS managing director for 4.5 years. So guys, because they're so involved with the whole idea is about financial assets, lending and borrowing, it's really good to see that majority of them have experiences within that field for highly successful companies. If you come over to their website as well, you can actually see you can actually see that they've got a few Solidity developers, which is really important in terms of their whole idea is running off smart contracts. So that's really important. So yeah, in my view, their team is all-star. Their investors are pretty good as well. They have social investors like Ian Ballina, Superman, who have a combined reach of about 300,000 people. So that's really good to see. And then you've got legit people like Kingsley Advani, who was a co-founder or partner at Chain Fund Capital. He invested in ETH, the ICO, One, Zil, Thunder. He was also a growth consultant, I believe, for IBM, Uber, and Airbnb. So it's really good to see someone like that, as well as Martin Keller, who has hugely successful previous investments, to back a company like Lendingblock, because then it just gives it a little bit more credibility. And once you do your research, you kind of realize how legit these guys are. They have been pretty active in the last month. Come over to their blog, and you can see the last month or two they've been releasing 3 massive partnerships. The first one being Octagon Strategy, which is Asia's largest digital asset brokerage firm, offering over-the-counter trading as well as market making. Minimal buy-in being $100,000. So that's huge and really good to see. The other one was Genesis. So Genesis Capital is the same thing. They offer over-the-counter trading as well as lending and borrowing. Their minimum buy-ins was like 250 to over $5 million, 250K to over $5 million. So it's really good to see that Lendingblock are partnering with these guys because they have the volume and they have more institutional clients that will be a direct link for Lendingblock. Another really cool one that they released recently was Coin. Coin is a successful global fintech firm with an impeccable reputation and strong financial industry pedigree, as they claim for themselves. Which sounds a little bit bloated, but they are pretty legit guys. They do own 2 exchanges with over $12 billion annual volume, so that's pretty good. They have Cryptos, which is a crypto-to-crypto exchange, and then they have CoinEx, which is essentially a world fiat to crypto exchange. And they are licensed by Japan's FSA. They're based in Japan, compliant and secure. Massive links to institutions like Goldman Sachs, SoftBank, and more. They've got really big backers as well, and they've got a really cool idea as well. Their token's called Cash. If you haven't heard of it, essentially they're trying to provide liquidity to the overall market, the ecosystem, by linking all exchanges together and then providing a world order book in one place. So that's huge. They're kind of super legit in my opinion, and that's a really good partner to see them join with. Cool. Okay, so roadmap, they have essentially a prototype, which I'll show you right now. If you come over to their website, you can access their demo here, and you can see their currencies. The user interface isn't the greatest, but you can see that it's actually working. Coins here, length of lending or borrowing, orders here. So that's pretty cool. So if you come over to their roadmap on their site, you can see that for the rest of the year, essentially they are just letting their institutional partners, like Coin and Octagon and stuff, test their prototype or their platform, and then you can see come Q1 of 2019 they're actually launching their product. So that's huge, and that's about 6 months away. So I mean, there's a lot of opportunity timing when it comes to investing in crypto, because it moves so quick. So you don't really want a project where you got to wait years for it to actually succeed or like produce what they're trying to make. So yeah, that's pretty good. And then you can actually also see that they're slowly increasing coins that they offer throughout the year, depending on demand and stuff. So that's really cool. Metrics or overview, you can see that they are just a platform built on top of Ethereum. Their token metrics were $1 billion. Their ICO was about 2-3 months ago now, 14th of April, I think. Yeah, and yeah, down here. And essentially, they sold 60% in the ICO. 5% of that was a pre-sale, which had, to note, 100% bonus, which wasn't very good, but it was already released about a month and a half ago. So it's kind of safe to assume to enter after something like that has been released, not before, generally speaking. Yeah, it's pretty good, their token metrics, because a lot of it's actually, like 20% is actually locked up investing for over 2 years. So you can trust that they've got an incentive to actually build what they say they're going to build, as well as they only raised $10 million, so it wasn't much of a money grab. Yeah, and I mean, if you come over to Etherscan, you can find out that they are about 74% down from ICO price with a market cap of about $3 million. So it's tiny right now, it's a micro cap. And that's kind of what you want to see, what I want to see, is that they're so low, because then you're getting a ground floor. If you buy in at a pretty high market cap, then you know that there's a lot of money under you that can sell still for a profit. And so you've got a little bit more of a risk in that sense. So you just want to research and make sure that they're all legit, and that there's a lot of room for growth, which there is when you compare them to their competitors. Like Salt, for example. Salt is more of a person-to-person lending platform, more for like loans and whatnot. Their market cap is already 90 mil, so that's a lot more than Lend or Lendingblock. ETHLend is another competitor. ETHLend is at 30 mil market cap. They are a person-to-person market or loans, so that's really good to see that kind of Lendingblock has a bit more of a niche and they're targeting more institutions. Okay, so if we go down to the summary, my idea, it's a great idea. They're a bit of a niche market. They're providing a utility for institutions coming in. As well, like their token has great utility. It's a core feature of their project. They've got a legit team, small ICO. It wasn't a money grab. I mean, that's already happened now, but they're micro cap now, so that's really good to see in terms of opportunity. And also, guys, just how professional these guys are. Like, if you go to their site, they have like a regulatory approach statement on their website, and they're pro regulation, and they're trying to comply, as well as they list their law firms that they work with, as well as one of the world's biggest consulting firms here. So yeah, I really like seeing that, because that means that they're legit, they're really professional. Yeah, already mentioned their competitors, the roadmap, their Telegram and their community is pretty small at the moment. There's a lot of room for growth. Yeah, they're only listed on IDEX 2 at the moment, so that is pretty good in terms of potential, because they're partnered with Coin. You'd expect them to be listed on CoinEx and Cryptos pretty soon, increasing volume a lot, and essentially there'll be a lot more movement then. So yeah, guys, like at the moment it's pretty early days for this coin and this project, but yeah, that's my research. Do your own, double check my facts, write a comment, let me know if you have any questions, and I'll try and get